We're back with more clips from OTAs. We're going to take another look at the Denver Broncos and look at rookie wide receiver Troy Franklin. We're going to watch him catch some balls, run some drills, run some routes. But before we do all that, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're going hard in the paint looking at these rookies, looking at them behind the scenes at rookie camp, OTAs, mini camp, all these practices on top of your veterans. And if you don't click that button, you're going to miss out on some clips of them. Just click that button, see what happens with your favorite players. But here we are with Troy Franklin. I got 3 clips from today's practice. If I find more, or from tomorrow's practice, or whenever, I will have more videos on Troy Franklin. I promise you on that. But here he is. We're working on the feet. We're working on the footwork, catching the ball, looking good. Here's another one. Ball coming out straight to him, catching it overhead a little bit. This is cinematic footage here from social media. This one blew up. It went viral. Bo Nix is trending a little bit because of it. People talking it up. And it's going straight to his hands. A hands catcher downfield. Something good to see. Troy Franklin was a splash play for the Denver Broncos in the 4th round. They're getting a 2nd-round wide receiver with a 4th-round price tag. The upside's immense with him, as he had a good yards per out run while at college. The advanced metrics, a lot of them, he is tops in the class at, one of the top guys. And he's a cerebral route runner, very smart, very nuanced, can find holes into the zone while running routes. Also plays blind spots with those DBs. One of the few wide receivers in this class, when you watch the film, that actually does that. He's just a very technical wide receiver, has good hands, can stretch it deep, and can also play the short to intermediate part of the game. When you look at the Denver Broncos depth chart here, it's not horrid, but you can definitely see a pathway to where he can earn a role early in his career, possibly be a starter, possibly take over. He does have the talent to do so. Just because he fell to the 4th round doesn't mean he's a bad wide receiver. We see it so often, especially in a class like this when we had 20 or so wide receivers who are regarded as 2nd-round grades are better. And that being said, when you have a market that's that flush with wide receivers, some of them are going to fall a little bit. That was Troy Franklin. That doesn't mean those wide receivers ahead of him were better or worse. But the Broncos knew when they got to day 3, Franklin was still on the board. They had to trade up to get him. They knew he wasn't going to last much longer. They had to make that move. Plus, they already had Bo Nix. They wanted him with Bo Nix to help smooth the transition process from the college game to the NFL game, to help him out, especially after they just made that investment not too long ago, a few hours ago, and now they got Troy Franklin. Now they got Troy Franklin, who's a good hands catcher, he can stretch the field, very dynamic player, very nuanced, and I think the Broncos got a good wide receiver on the cheap. I think when you're talking about dynasty fantasy football, he's got some upside there considering he is with the Broncos here and there is a pathway to opportunity. And if he can capture that opportunity, he'll at least give you some production. And if Bo Nix can hit, maybe it could be good production, but at least there'll be something here. And it's at a price tag in rookie drafts that's a lot cheaper than what you were getting in mock drafts months ago. So there is a discount here. If you pay up too much, then the ROI is starting to get a little risky, but he's falling in drafts where he's going to a palatable price tag where it's okay to dance with, especially when things get a little icky at the running back position. And when that happens, it's okay to go with Franklin here. There is some upside in this offense, especially when you look at the opportunity. The Broncos don't have sunk costs invested in him. They only paid a 4th-round pick, even though they regard him as a 2nd-round pick. Sean Payton said that in a press conference. We went over that on a video a while ago. But that means they can still bring in other wide receivers because they're not married to him. So keep that in mind. But they do regard him as a 2nd-round talent. Many teams in the league do. Many teams in the league regard a lot of these wide receivers as 2nd-round talents. They had extensive looks at him. Looking at Bo Nix during the process, they were able to look at Franklin. They mentioned that. They got to see him multiple times throughout the process because they were looking at Nix. Therefore, they're very familiar with Franklin. They know about his game. They know about his goods. So there is a lot of upside with this player. Oregon Ducks fans, let me know what you think about him. Let me know what you think about this connection. Broncos fans, you got a good wide receiver here at a good price tag. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One, thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.